What if I told you there are motorcycle mods that no one talks about? Upgrades that quietly transform your ride without the flashy hype. In this video, we're sharing 12 motorcycle mods that don't get the spotlight at bike nights, but make your riding experience smoother, safer, and smarter. Forget chrome and loud pipes. These are the real game changers. Some are so subtle you'd never notice them, unless you know what to look for. So stick around, because by the end of this list, you'll be itching to upgrade your setup with at least a few of these practical under-the-radar mods. Let's get into it. Here are 12 secret motorcycle mods no one knows about, but every smart rider should. Number 1. Feel more secure with tank grip pads. When braking hard or accelerating fast, you feel the shift of your body weight as the G's drive you forward or push you back. Most stock motorcycle tanks are slippery, especially if you're a squid and riding in unsuitable riding gear. Tank grip pads fix this problem completely. These grippy pads go exactly where your knees touch the tank. The difference is enormous. Suddenly, you can hold the bike firmly during those quick maneuvers without sliding forward or straining your arms. They also protect your tank from zipper scratches and wear. The best ones are cut specifically for your bike model, so they look like they came from the factory. Materials range from rubber to special fabrics that stay grippy in all weather. Some are heat resistant, and they come with stylish graphics, adding a bit of customization to your ride. For about $40 to $50, tank grips give you one of the most noticeable improvements in control and confidence. The better connection to your bike makes everything from cornering to emergency moves more precise. It's a mod that makes you a more confident rider. Number 2. Prevent grip cramps with a throttle lock. High-end motorcycles have cruise control, but without it, those long highway rides can make your right hand cramp up from holding the throttle steady for hours. A throttle lock is a simple solution that most riders on big touring bikes know about, but many sport and naked bike riders never think of. Unlike complicated cruise control systems, a good throttle lock is super simple. It adds adjustable pressure to hold your throttle in place when you need to rest your hand. The best ones blend in with your controls and can be turned on or off with ease. Modern versions range from friction clamps that fit around your throttle grip to simple thumb levers that lock the throttle with an easy push. They all let you regain control immediately. Just twist against the resistance and you're back in charge. This isn't about being lazy. It's about preventing hand numbness on long rides, so you arrive at your destination feeling good. It's the perfect mod when you need to adjust something, check your GPS, or shake out a cramping hand. For $30 to $75, depending on the type, this simple device makes highway riding much more comfortable. It's a must-have upgrade that most riders don't discover until they've already suffered miles of unnecessary hand pain. Number 3. Organize your electrical stuff with a fuse block. Have you seen bikes with wires hanging everywhere, electrical tape holding connections together, and gadgets wired straight to the battery? That's a disaster waiting to happen. A fuse block is the perfect solution that most riders don't know about. This simple device creates a central power hub for all your electrical add-ons: heated gear, phone chargers, GPS, extra lights, everything. Instead of a mess of wires, run one clean power line from your battery to the fuse block, then connect each gadget to its own protected terminal. The magic happens when something shorts out. Instead of damaging your whole electrical system, only the individual fuse for that device blows. Everything else keeps working, and troubleshooting becomes easy. Many newer versions even turn off automatically when your ignition is off, preventing battery drain. This mod isn't flashy, but it's the difference between safely adding useful gadgets and creating an electrical fire hazard. For about $50, it's motorcycle electrical insurance you can't afford to skip. Number 4. Prevent yourself from getting rear-ended with a brake light flasher. One of the worst motorcycle nightmares is getting hit from behind at a stoplight. The problem is simple. Most drivers are distracted, and your small red brake light just doesn't grab their attention. A brake light flasher fixes this. This smart little device makes your brake light pulse rapidly for a couple of seconds before staying solid. That flashing pattern is like an alarm clock for distracted drivers. It creates movement that the human eye naturally notices. Studies show that they can reduce rear-end crashes by up to 30%. Most versions install in minutes with simple connector plugs, no complex wiring. And despite what some people think, they're completely legal in most states as long as the light stops flashing after the initial pulse. For around $30, this mod costs less than a tank of gas, but might save your bike and you an expensive medical bill. It's a no-brainer upgrade that most riders never even consider. Number 5. Be seen better with bar end turn signals. Factory turn signals on most bikes seem awfully designed to brake on your first tip over. They stick out awkwardly, are mounted to breakable plastic, and sit so low that road users don't even see them. Bar end turn signals solve all these problems. These sleek lights replace or fit into your handlebar ends and shine bright amber light at car drivers' eye level. Their position puts them exactly where drivers are already looking, at their side vision mirrors, which usually line up with handlebar height. Beyond visibility, they're much tougher than stock signals. When your bike falls over, your handlebars typically don't hit the ground directly, keeping these signals intact. Installation is usually plug and play, especially on newer bikes. They're perfect for naked bikes and cafe racers, but work great on any motorcycle where being seen matters. Number 6, be heard with a better horn. You're not alone if your stock motorcycle horn sounds like a squeaky toy. Most factory horns make a weak meep that wouldn't startle a sleeping cat, much less alert a texting driver about to cut into your lane. Upgrading to a proper horn is one of the best safety improvements you can make for surprisingly little money. Compact air horns like the Denali Soundbomb or Stibble Nautilus put out 120 plus decibels, loud enough to cut through closed windows and music. The best versions mount hidden behind fairings or under seats, keeping your bike looking clean while giving you car-level volume. Some even use your existing horn wiring without needing extra parts. But here's what most riders don't realize about horn upgrades. Installation is usually super simple. Many aftermarket horns are designed as direct replacements that use your existing wiring and mounting points. Some might need a relay if your stock horn wiring isn't heavy enough for the more powerful unit, but even that's a simple addition that usually comes in the kit. Besides the volume boost, better horns often have a lower, more authoritative tone that carries further and sounds more like a car horn. This makes drivers take notice and look for you, rather than dismissing a wimpy beep. For urban riders, a proper horn isn't just a safety feature. It's practically essential. When a driver starts to merge into your lane without looking or pulls out in front of you, that fraction of a second you save by getting their attention immediately can be the difference between a close call and a crash. This isn't about being annoying, it's about having a way to communicate in emergencies. When someone starts drifting into your lane, you need more than the bicycle bell sound most bikes come with. For about $40 to $80, you get a life-saving attention getter that pays for itself the first time it prevents an accident. Number 7, having the perfect fit with adjustable levers. We all have different sized hands, yet motorcycle manufacturers give us one-size-fits-all control levers. Factory levers are designed for average hands, leaving riders with larger or smaller hands stretching uncomfortably or struggling to reach properly. Adjustable levers fix this with simple brilliance. They have dials or clicks that let you position the levers exactly where your fingers naturally rest. This isn't just comfort, it's control and safety. When you need to brake hard in an emergency, that perfect lever position means you react faster and more confidently. Let me break down what makes these so much better than stock. First, most adjustable levers have 5 to 6 different positions, so you can fine-tune exactly how far the lever sits from the handlebar. This is crucial for riders with smaller hands who often can't reach stock levers comfortably while maintaining a proper grip on the throttle. Second, many quality aftermarket levers use better pivot mechanisms that create a smoother, more consistent feel throughout the lever travel. This translates to better feedback and more precise control, especially important for the front brake lever where subtle pressure changes matter. Third, most aftermarket levers include a folding mechanism that allows them to pivot outward instead of braking when the bike falls over. This is huge for saving money. A broken stock lever can cost $50 to $100 to replace, while a folding adjustable lever flips back into position. The materials are often superior too. While stock levers are typically made from cast aluminum or even pot metal on cheaper bikes, quality aftermarket levers use machined aluminum that's both stronger and lighter. Many also feature knurled or textured surfaces for better grip. Installation is typically a 15-minute job requiring just basic tools. Most levers come with clear instructions and all necessary hardware. For under $100, they transform your connection to the bike in ways that make every mile more enjoyable. Number 8, fine-tune your suspension with fork preload adjusters. Most riders think their suspension is a mysterious system they can't change without expensive shop work. That's just not true, especially with fork preload. Aftermarket fork preload adjusters replace your stock fork caps with adjustable ones that let you fine-tune how much your forks compress under your weight. This simple change dramatically affects how your bike handles in corners, during braking, and over bumps. The beauty of these adjusters is how simple they are, often just a dial you can turn by hand. There are no special tools, no taking things apart, and no mystery. Too much dive when braking, add preload, feels too stiff over small bumps, reduce preload, riding with a passenger, just adjust preload to compensate. It's that simple. Let me explain exactly what preload does. Preload doesn't make your suspension stiffer or softer in the traditional sense. Instead, it adjusts where your bike sits under your weight in the suspension travel. More preload means the springs are compressed more before you even sit on the bike, which effectively gives you more usable suspension travel for bumps. For heavier riders, adding preload prevents the suspension from sagging too much under your weight, which can cause the bike to handle poorly. For lighter riders, reducing preload ensures your suspension isn't too stiff to absorb small bumps. It's all about getting your bike in the sweet spot of its suspension travel for your specific weight. The most dramatic improvement comes in braking stability. With proper preload, your bike won't dive excessively under braking, which means more consistent handling and better front tire contact with the road. Corners feel more planted too, since the suspension can work properly through the entire turn. Installation is surprisingly simple on most bikes. You remove the stock fork caps and replace them with the adjustable units. Some kits include special spacers to work with your existing springs. The job typically takes less than an hour, even for a mechanical newbie. What's most impressive is the value. For around $100 to $150, you get suspension adjustment that would normally only come on bikes costing thousands more. On many bikes, this simple mod transforms the handling more noticeably than expensive engine performance upgrades that cost 3 times as much. While expensive bikes come with this feature stock, adding them creates one of the most noticeable handling improvements possible if your bike doesn't have them. It's suspension improvement without the $1,000+ price tag. Number 9. No more fumbling with D-rings with a helmet. Quick release. Let's discuss one of the smallest mods that will change your everyday riding experience. A quick release buckle for your helmet strap. We all know D-rings are the standard way to secure your helmet. They're strong and safe, but let's be honest, they're a pain. Trying to thread that strap through tiny rings with gloves on? Frustrating. That's why a quick release system is such a game changer. These systems replace your regular strap setup with a secure click-in mechanism that you can open and close with one hand in an instant. Quality ones are just as safe as D-rings, but way easier to use. Many riders don't realize that DOT and ECE-approved quick-release systems are available that meet all safety standards. Think about how often you put on and remove your helmet during a typical ride day. Gas stops, food breaks, photo opportunities, and fumbling with those D-rings each time. Now, imagine clicking in and out in 1 second flat. Over time, that adds up and saves frustration. Installation is super easy too. Most systems simply thread onto your existing strap with no special tools needed. Some even include padding that makes the strap more comfortable against your neck. The best part? These systems are now standard on premium helmets in Europe and Asia, but many American riders don't even know they exist. For about $15 to $30, you'll wonder how you ever lived without one. It's one of those small changes that make a huge difference in daily riding comfort. Number 10. One-person brake, bleeding with speed bleeders. If you've ever tried to bleed your brakes, you know what a hassle it can be. Grab a mate to pump the brake lever while you open and close the bleed valve at just the right moment. Get the timing wrong, and you're back to square one with air in the lines. Speed bleeders solve this problem. They're replacement bleed screws with a built-in one-way valve that lets fluid and air bubbles out but prevents air from being sucked back in. This simple design change makes brake bleeding a one-man job. But here's what most people don't know about speed bleeders. They don't just make the job easier, they make your brakes perform better. When air can't get sucked back in, you get a more complete bleed. More air removed means firmer, more responsive brakes and longer fluid life. Installation couldn't be more straightforward. Unscrew your old bleed screws, screw these in, and you're done. No special tools or skills needed. Just make sure you get the right size for your calipers. Many come with protective caps that keep dirt out and prevent accidental opening. For riders who do their own maintenance, this $20 mod saves frustration, time, and potentially money. No more begging a buddy to help with brake bleeding or paying a shop for something you could do yourself. Even if you only bleed your brakes once a year, these pay for themselves the first time you use them. The crazy thing is that these little valves have been around for decades in racing circles, but many everyday riders have never heard of them. Once you try them, you'll wonder why all motorcycles don't come with them standard from the factory. Number 11. Secure your lid with a helmet lock. Every rider faces the same problem. What do you do with your helmet when you're off the bike? Carry it everywhere? Leave it on your mirror and hope for the best? Balance it on your seat like some kind of circus trick? A hidden helmet lock permanently solves this problem. But I'm not talking about those flimsy, obvious loops some bikes have under the seat. I mean a proper purpose-built security device that keeps your expensive helmet safe. The best helmet locks mount discreetly to your frame or subframe where thieves won't immediately notice them. Some use retractable steel cables that pull out when needed and hide away when not in use. Others have built-in combination locks, so you don't need to carry a key. The real beauty of a good helmet lock is how it becomes part of your routine. Pull up, kill the engine, remove your helmet, secure your helmet, and walk away without a second thought. No more awkward helmet carrying or worrying if your lid will still be there when you return. Number 12. Simple theft prevention with a hidden kill switch. Here's one I guarantee 90% of riders don't have: a hidden kill switch. It's a cheap, very effective anti-theft mod that nobody talks about because it doesn't look cool or have a fancy name. But if you've ever parked in a sketchy area or left your bike outside overnight, you'll love how smart this is. You wire in a second hidden kill switch. It could be under your seat, inside a side panel, or tucked somewhere completely out of sight. Then you flip it off when you park. Even if a thief hotwires your ignition or bypasses your main switch, the bike won't start unless they know where to flip that hidden toggle back on. This little trick adds an extra layer of security without the bulk of a lock or the monthly cost of GPS tracking. It's not entirely foolproof, but it'll stop most thieves. Most bike thieves are looking for easy targets, not electrical puzzles. And the best part? It costs maybe $10 in parts and a little time to install. No subscription, no notifications, no fancy branding. Just you and a quiet little switch that says, "Not today," to would-be thieves. Not every motorcycle mod needs to look cool to be worth doing. These under-the-radar upgrades focus on what matters, making your riding experience better, safer, and more enjoyable every time you get on your bike. The secret to a truly great bike isn't how loud it is or how much chrome it has. It's in those small details that real problems are solved and the connection between rider and machine is improved. These mods might not get you Instagram likes, but they'll improve your actual riding in ways that matter when it's just you, your bike, and the road ahead. Which of these secret mods are you using on your bike? Or do you have another hidden gem riders should know about? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that subscribe button if you want more real-world motorcycle content without the BS, and I'll see you in the next one.